Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on CapnclydesMTG. We're going to try something new today. Some people have liked some of the videos I've been making about card spikes, and some people asked about some card dips. So we'll do dips in a different video. So we're going to try something a little different today, and we're going to try a little something to wet the palate and let you guys tell me what you think as we look at the card market and find out what's hot, and later we'll find out what's not. So anyway, without further ado, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, put some stuff down there in the comment section. It'll feed the YouTube algorithm. Links in the description: eBay, TCG Player Store. Be a member on YouTube. It helps the channel. Patreon, whatever. Get in there, get you some free stuff from the drawings that we have every now and then. So, hell, let's take a look at some cards I've dug up and went through the internet and all that other good jazz, because I apparently need a hobby other than Magic. But anyway, here we go. So, first thing we're going to talk about is the Flood Pitch Drowner. This card has seen a spike, and quite a spike it is, as you can see. The foil is up to $450. Almost $1,000 increase, and you may be thinking, why is this card spiking? Well, a little something like this. This 1 blue and 1/2/1 that has flash and vigilance. The Drowner enters when the Drowner enters, you get to tap a creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, and then for a blue and 1, you can shuffle the Drowner and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's library. So there's a couple things going on here. The main culprit of this is Kato, actually, the Ninjutsu Planeswalker, because if you're playing against somebody, what's happening, especially in Standard, is they're laying a creature to block with whatever. Since they're tapped out, what's happening is on your turn 2, or, if you go first, you'll have 2 land. They'll be on turn 1. Let's say they lay a creature. Now they're tapped out. Into their turn, you lay a Drowner. You tap their creature. Then you untap, their creature's tapped, they can't block. The Drowner now is no longer has summoning sickness. You lay your 3rd land, you swing, Kato comes in with Ninjutsu, pick up the Drowner. It is an insane combo, and is just bonkers on how fast you can get that synergy going. Plus, worst case scenario, lay a creature, they tap out for it, fine. Into their turn, you lay the Drowner, tap their creature on your turn, punch them in the face, activate the Drowner, shuffle them both back in. That's the worst case scenario. So this card has picked up a lot of traction lately, as you can see down below, especially the foil versions. But normal market pricing is $274, which is up from a quarter. So, yeah. It's up only a couple 100%. So yeah, here's one of the main movers of the day. Also with that, other newer hot cards is, believe it or not, Collector's Cage. I took a long pull on this one because, as you can see, for quite almost all of 24, it started out kind of big and had a big drop, but it has suddenly spiked again, probably having to do with the fact that it has Hideaway. For 1 and tap, put a +1/+1 counter, target creature control. Then if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may play the exile card. It's easy to have creatures with different powers without having to use the cage. You just cast creatures with different powers. It's a thing. And because of Hideaway 5, you can lay some big nasties real early with this. Because remember, it says 1 mana tap, put a counter, then you check for 3 other creatures. You literally can lay this, tap it on the same turn, have 3 creatures with different powers, and play your Hideaway card. It's literally a 3 mana card that lets you cast a card for free in the top 5 of your deck. It is insanely powerful, and it's picking up popularity once again, as it has went up from the normal range of around $2 back to $10. So this daily change or weekly change is around $6 to $7. So this might be one you might want to pick up. Or you can always wait for it to dip again. Who knows, it might. Another new card that is making serious waves, Abhorrent Oculus. So this thing has seen a massive price spike, but this is not the eyeball that you think it is. This is the promo eyeball from the promo packs you win at your local LGS when you play. Apparently, nobody knew how cheap this card was because it was sporting a $25 value and then somehow dipped to around $22.50. I don't know why in December. But people realized how cheap it was, and well, now it's up to $66. Because, you know, here's looking at you, kid. We all know how expensive this card is, and apparently getting this promo card has become kind of hard, and people seem to like that little promo stamp. So now moving on, we got a new category we're going to look into, and it's going to be old school movers. So the first one we're going to talk about, World of Invention. So World of Invention, as you can see, was actually around $5 around the 2 months ago and has steadily climbed up to $7. Overall, well, I mean, at the beginning of 2 months ago, it was around $3.50. It has doubled in price for a 100% increase, which makes me start to wonder, is this maybe because of Aether Drift and all the new artifacts we're going to get? Possibly. And then other ones on the docket for big price increases, the Nazgul. That's right, this came out back with the Christmas edition of Lord of the Rings. All the Nazguls are expensive, but this one has seen a steady climb since 2 months ago. As you can see it go up and increasing roughly 15%, which you may be thinking, well, that's not a lot. When the card's already about $30, 15% is a lot. And as you can see up here, it's more than 15%. This card has hit the $50 mark. And, well, I guess this is just kind of where we're at now, especially as we've started to see the collector edition Christmas variation of this set hit close to $1,500 a collector box, which means that's the only place you can get this, so it ain't going to be cheap. Next, we have the old Allosaurus Shepherd. This little fella coming in hot. So, kind of interesting. The foil-etched version from Double Masters 2022, you can see has started out around $32.50, we'll say, and has reached almost $70 at its high. Listed median price right now is around $51. Yeah, this card has made some serious movement. And unless some more come out on the market, this might be the most preferred Allosaurus Shepherd there is. Why is that? Well, the card's good in general. And let's be fair, etched foil does look cool in my opinion. And it doesn't warp like normal foils do. Now, with that said, we've done 3 and 3. Let's do 3 one more time. For the most sold cards so far, we have Malevolent Rumble. This thing, not only is it raising in price, but it is selling a ton. This is one of the top selling cards of the week. And when you look at what it does, a green in 1, reveal top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand, put the rest in the graveyard, and create an 0/1 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Basically, this is ramp on top of ramp on top of ramp. Now, you can take another card. You can take any card you want. But if you need a land, this will get you the land in the top 4 cards, plus give you a token, which is also a one-time land. Meaning, on turn 3, you could easily bust out, let's see, 2 land, you play this, get a land in your hand. On turn 3, you can make a turn 4 guy. And that's if you didn't play an elf on turn 1. Then it'd be turn 5. Then it'd be a 5 drop. Yeah. So, also, I mean, if you need to fill your graveyard up, this is definitely the way to go. So, on top of that, another one of the high-selling cards this week, which I thought was interesting, is the Leaden Mirror. 2 colorless 1/1 tap, add a black to your mana pool. As you can see over here, there were some crazy spikes way above $10. It has come back down, but the price is still around $7 when to begin with it was around $2. I honestly don't know what could have caused a spike like this on this card, other than maybe these mirrors are becoming better rocks for Commander since they're banning all the best rocks. Now, tell me in the comment section what you think, but there might be something to this. And last but not least, we have Gitaxian Probe on the move. That's right, Gitaxian Probe, one of the highest selling cards, and when I say high, I mean most quantities sold for the week. And I find this interesting because this card is banned in almost every format. The only places this is legal is Commander, and it's restricted in Vintage. So any way you shake it, you only get one. Banned in all other formats. Which brings to question my theory, tinfoil hat going on. Could there be a unbanning of this card in Modern? Or maybe even Vintage? We've seen a lot of unbannings, and maybe people are starting to spec that this card may come off that list, which would make it very, very powerful. And definitely highly wanted when this card used to at one time sport close to a $20 price tag. So, might be a good time while they're cheap to pick you up about 4 or 40. Saying. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. We're going to do a cold card watch on the next video whenever I get around to it. So, until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you crossing the game table.